So here we come down to what I actually carry in my bag, or on me. Let's start off with what's in my person. For the most part, I carry a watch with hands so that I can tell direction. I also carry a button compass, again, extra backup so I can tell direction. I also carry Silver Ranger compass as well, direction. As far as I'm concerned, navigation is survival prevention, and survival training is first aid prevention. So that's how I feel about that. I always carry a whistle, helps with predators, signaling, kills time, entertainment. Obviously not if your kids are blowing it lots, but so that's what I carry there. In my pocket, I always have a Bic lighter, orange normally, so I can see it, so I don't lose it. And I also take the child safety lock off so that if my hands are really cold or you know, I'm injured some way, I can usually get it going without the child safety lock on. But if I have a child safety lock on, it's that much harder to get going. I need everything in my favor, or as close to my favor as I can get. I tie flag and tape to everything, so if I lose it in the snow, hopefully I'll be able to find it with the tape. I also carry a pocket knife. I prefer Swiss Army myself, but and it always has to have a lock blade. As long as it has a lock blade, you can carry whatever knife you want. I've seen too many people with knives, pocket knives, that didn't have lock blades, and they'll be doing something like this, and the blade collapses onto the fingers and almost severs them right off, or severs them off. I've seen a few people who've cut their fingers badly. I've done it myself as well. So that's what I carry in my pocket. Now I've replaced, I've got winter boots on. They say they're minus 100, but they're only good to about minus 50, especially if you're standing around. Even less than that, actually, if you're standing around, that's Celsius. I've replaced all my laces on my boots with 550 cord, so I have extra cordage in an emergency. What else? In my bag, I carry a backhoe saw. That's what I usually use. Axes, machetes, they usually end up injuring you badly. This can injure you pretty badly too if you were to fall on it or walk around the blade open and fall, cut yourself with it. Nasty cuts, but a great piece of kit. I also carry a blast match. I showed you that earlier in the fire. It's one-handed. If I got a broken wing, broken fingers, frostbitten fingers, frozen hand, as long as I got one good hand, I should be able to get the blast match going. Also doubles as a signal, and then maybe at night, if there's predators coming in at night, I could use it to scare them away, possibly. I'd try just about anything. Blast match. I carry 550 cord. I carry it in an old plastic Mickey bottle. I have duct tape on pretty much everything that you'll see. Red Green is one of my heroes. He's the duct tape master, Red Green. I always fold it back on itself so that I have a handle in case, again, I have injured hands, or I need to get in my mouth, or you know, it's just cold and I can't really have the dexterity, or won't have the dexterity to grab that. I can grab that with gloves on if I really needed to. Now, the Mickey bottle doubles as an extra water bottle, and it also holds all my 550 cord. Now, the reason I do this is because I bird's nest the 550 cord in so that it doesn't get knotted or turn into a rat's nest, as I call it. Also, it can double as a throw rope. So I just take it, wrap it around my hand once or twice, and I can throw it out to somebody who's gone through the ice, or somebody who's gone in the river, or whatever it is. Or if I need to throw it to make a shelter, or whatever, I've got that. So 550 cord, lots of it. I'm not sure exactly how many feet fit into that Mickey bottle, but quite a bit. I always carry an orange garbage bag and flagging tape. Flagging tape can be used to mark my trail, to mark snares. If it snows and I have snares out, I'll lose them, so I can mark it, or I can blaze trees is another way to mark snares. I have orange garbage bags, double as a shelter, collecting materials, holding water. as a signaling device, to scare away predators as well, possibly. And then it's all in a plastic Ziploc bag. Again, collect food, collect water, collect materials, dry materials, keep them dry. Maybe to put wallet in, whatever. You can use use it for lots. I carry an emergency blanket as well. It's pretty cheap. Great heat deflector, although the fire burns pinholes in it. Works as a signaling device. I can tie it up with push buttons, and so I don't have to cut it, and hang it as a flag, so it's a signaling device. I can melt snow with this in the sun to collect water. It will keep predators away if it's up as a flag as well. It's making that weird noise. The reflection of the sun kind of scares them away. Multiple uses, first aid uses as well. You can make bed out of it. Lots of uses. I usually always carry snare wire as well. Obviously, shelter building, equipment repair, as well as snaring animals. So that works good. I also carry a piece of tin foil. It helps me to boil my water faster, keeps the dirt and grit out of my water. Cooking food can be used as signal. I can make a cup out of it to melt snow or whatever. Just have to keep an eye on it. Great piece of kit again. Little piece of tin foil. Matches. I carry Eddie Light Anywhere matches with a couple cotton balls inside. And then the Strike Anywhere matches. That one's already been struck. Nice. Strike Anywhere matches. I also keep a striker in the bottom. Just like so. Cotton balls are a great fire starter. Great tinder. You only need maybe half of one just to get the birch bark going, if that. And then again, you can see that I carry orange again. It's got a flint on the bottom. I got extra duct tape again. I carry a headlamp, quite strong. It's got a filter on it now. Great piece of kit, this one. It takes the same batteries as my GPS, so all my batteries are interchangeable. Takes one AA. Again, flagging tape in case I lose it. It's got a headband that gets on and off easily. It's fairly easy to keep warm, keep in the pocket. Small, versatile, excellent piece of kit. Use a signaling device as well, has a strobe on it. I also carry candles. In the winter, I usually carry 2 candles and about a pound of lard. They can be used to eat or fix equipment, zippers. If you got frostbite, or not frostbite, but burns with the lard and stuff, it'll help relieve it a bit. Also a heating source inside snow caves, quinzees, that sort of thing. I also carry a personal locator beacon, which is recognized by the National SAR Secretariat of Canada, and it meets the minimum standards for a personal locator beacon or emergency beacon. This one's registered in my name. Cheap enough to carry, cheap enough to buy, good for 5 years. Got a strobe light on it, homing, everything. Great piece of kit to have. Carry some emergency food, granola bars, granola, whatever, loose granola. What else to carry? Flagging tape, more flagging tape, signal mirror. Signal mirror comes in handy for a lot of things. First aid, if I've got something that I can't see on my back, I can do that. Signal planes, entertain myself. You know, there's all kinds of things you can do. Maybe even scare away predators with the signal mirror if you flash it in their eyes. Again, flagging tape in case I drop it in the snow. It won't be gone forever. More food. I carry a simple GPS for navigation. Again, navigation skills and not getting lost is survival prevention. Obviously, unless you get injured or something, then you don't have much of a choice. Cheap enough, AA batteries I can exchange these with my headlamp, back and forth. No maps on that GPS. I find they just burn batteries too quickly. Oh, a little bit more food, raisins, pencil. I usually have a pad of paper as well, just so I can write directions or a note if I need to, for rescuers. I also carry an extra Bic lighter, orange again, child safety lock removed, and of course you got to have your TP, toilet paper. Good for a lot of things, starting fires, obviously first aid, bandages, absorbent pads, signaling on green backgrounds in the summer. You can throw this over spruce trees and clearings, it'll show up, but I would probably keep it to use as toilet paper. I also carry a belt knife. This is a Russell belt knife. Again, flag and tape in case I drop it. Extra duct tape again. It's got a leather sheath just in case I get really, really hungry. And then it has a nice small 4.5-inch blade. Fairly sharp, this one. It's a soft steel, so it's also easy to sharpen. And it has a full shank, tether rope. And that's the knife I carry. One of the knives. Next, first aid, I carry aspirin, mostly for myself and customers because I'm 50 now, just in case, you never know. And for the customers mostly, because I'm not in too bad a shape. Carry extra glasses for reading, obviously, orange again. Carry medical scissors. These things are awesome, can cut through just about anything, even aircraft, light aircraft skin. Sure. Great for first aid, great for tool. Also carry a pair of tweezers, great for a lot of other things, you know, fish hooks, pulling fish hooks through materials that you're sewing together, different stopping bleeds, whatever else you want to do with it. I carry a one-handed tourniquet just in case maybe I slip on a log or something, fracture a femur, and I'm getting weak. I can tell I'm bleeding out. Maybe I can get the tourniquet on my leg and slow things down a little. Carry a first aid kit. It's lightweight because it's on my back. It's in French and English, so the French side I could use for fire starting or whatever else. And if you were French, you could use the English side, obviously. A couple of latex gloves. Can be used for a lot of different things, sucking chest wounds, carrying water, carrying food, so I don't contaminate my hands. I got tweezers in here. I got alcohol pads. I have water purification tablets. What else do I got in there? Safety pins that can be used for repairing equipment, fish hooks, picking out slivers, cotton bandages can be used for starting fires, tying off shelters, whatever else I need to do with it at the time. I also usually carry iodine swabs, which can be used for obviously purifying water if need be, and as well as first aid. I also carry alcohol swabs that can be used for lighting a fire as well as first aid. And then I have a small CPR mask, just in case. I carry a blanket, got my extra pants. I usually carry a tarp for a shelter. Here I've got my Arctic mitts, leather, protect you against the fire. You can see my clothing, duck cotton, wool, duck cotton. I do that because leather boots, leather uppers are my boots. I do that because fire wreaks havoc on anything man-made. So the cotton, the natural materials seem to stand up against the fire a lot better. All these mitts, these mitts and the gloves I wear as well, all have liners, so they're easier to dry. If the liners don't come out, then it's very difficult to dry them. I carry a dickie, and the dickie is used to replace the sweater, and it's easier to take on and off, especially if you're traveling. So you can just slip it on, tuck it in if you're cold, and it will trap all that heat in your body a bit better, in your clothing a bit better. I use the layering principle when it comes to shelter building, whether it comes to clothing, whatever. The layering principle works. I also carry a balaclava because out here frostbite will get your cheeks and your nose. So I always carry a balaclava. And then I like mine a little stylish so that I can identify it a bit easier. And then I also carry a wind stopper hat just to stop the wind from robbing my head of all that heat. And then I got another toque to go on top of that if I wanted. I carry a Gore-Tex bivy bag. Use them in military lots. Great piece of kit. It's a shelter on its own. I usually carry as well more for rations. This is raisins, cranberry, and oats. Great meal. Stick to your ribs. Extra pair of wool socks. I do the layering principle with my socks too. Nylon, wool on top. Give me some layers. Trap that dead air space. So carry my Norwegian wool sweater. Great sweater. Stands up to a lot. Got it from the Norwegian military. That has thumb holes so you can pull it through your sleeves. Nice piece of kit. Keep you nice and warm. Even if it gets wet, it feels warm, which is nice. I also carry a British, well, we got it from the British soldiers. They're called puffy jackets. So they're down-filled. As you can see, I've stuffed it all in a pocket. Makes a nice pillow. Added extra warmth. You use it partial upper body sleeping bag. Great piece of kit, these puffy jackets. Something I don't have right now is a stealth suit, and they're one of the better things. Rainproof, goes underneath your clothing so the fire can't get at it, and they're Gore-Tex. What else do I carry? Of course, I always carry a shotgun when I'm in the bush. I find it's the only true protection against predators, and even mountain lions. Not much protection against mountain lions or bears when you're close up, because you got to get out of the case and load it. But if I seen a lot of sign in the area of mountain lions or black bear, or even barren land grizzly bear, we have those in this province, then I would have the shotgun out with the rounds in the magazine, none in the spout right away, unless they started coming in. Slugs. Something else I carry is snowshoes in the winter, because I know without them life would be extremely difficult. These are Canadian harnesses and similar Canadian style snowshoe. They're magnesium based, so that I can take and scrape the tail of the snowshoe and get magnesium off to get fires going. They're fairly simple, they're hardy, they're good displacement. The webbing, they're strong, they're nice snowshoes. Use them quite a bit.